Hello everyone, I'm Yağmur.
And I'm Zülal.
Today we'll present our statistic project on the cost of living across countries. Our starting point is simple. A student thinking about moving abroad naturally asks two questions. What makes a country expensive and which regions are more expensive? We answered these questions using real data from 136 countries. We used R to analyze the data. Our main research question is on the screen. How does the cost of living vary across countries and what best explains these differences? Our data comes from Numbeo's 2026 Cost of Living Index, 136 countries from all four continents, with 6 price indices such as rent, groceries, and restaurant prices. One note on the continents. Following the UN standard, we grouped North and South America together as the Americas, giving us four balanced groups. And one key detail also, all values are scaled to New York, which is equal to 100. So a value of 40 means a country is 60% cheaper than New York. As the histogram shows, most countries sit on the cheaper side, with only a few very expensive ones. Here's how we approach the data. First, we described it. We use distributions, averages, spread, and skewness. Then we test it by using normality tests, confidence intervals, hypothesis tests. And third, we try to explain it using correlation, regression, ANOVA, chi-square, and non-parametric checks. Every method comes with its R code in our report. First, we looked at the shape of the data, which tells us a lot actually. The mean is 45.6, but the median is lower at 41.5. But the mean is higher than the median, which tells us this distribution is a right skew distribution. We confirmed this by using a test, and its result was a plus 1.63. So most countries are affordable, while a few wealthy ones pull the average up. The Shapirovic and Kolmogorov-Smirnov tests confirm that the data is normal too.
Thank you. And now, what are the differences? This box plot shows cost of living by continent, Europe highest, Africa and Asia lower, and ANOVA gives a p-value below 0.001, so the difference is significant. The Taki test splits the continents into two clear groups, expensive Europe and Americas and cheaper Asia and Africa. Europe averages 57 versus Asia's 38, and the t-test confirms that gap. So, what drives the cost? The strongest factor is actually rent. Each that is a country, and as rent rises, cost rises almost in a straight line. The correlation is 0.89, and the rent alone explains 78% of the variation. Adding groceries and restaurants explains almost all of it, so cost of living about is mostly prices. And is cost linked to economic power? A chi-square test say yes. Notes in the table, no European country is in the low purchasing power group, while Africa is mostly low. The p-value is below 0.001. They are strongly related, and this opens up a surprising question. Is cheap the same as affordable? This was the part that we surprised us actually. We expect the cheap countries to be easy to live in, but that's not always true. On this chart, the horizontal axis is cost of living and the vertical is local purchasing power. Look at Nigeria, very cheap, but the lowest purchasing power in our data, so it's actually expensive for the people living in there. This opposite, Saudi Arabia and Kuwait, moderate prices but very high income, so they're genuinely affordable. The correlation between cost and purchasing power is only 0.63, meaning a low price tag can be misleading. So cheap and affordable are not the same thing actually. And our results are reliable. Two safeguards. First, the center limit theorem. The raw data is skewed, but the sample means become normal and fit the red curve. Second, we repeated every main test with its non-parametric version, critical values, man-Whitney, Spearman sign test, and they all agreed. So our conclusions are robust. And to summarize, price, especially rent, explain most of the cost. Europe and the Americas are expensive, Asia and Africa is cheaper, and cost is tightly linked to economic power. The limits, honestly, the data is crowdsourced, it's observational, so it shows association, not causation. And 136 country is large, but not the whole world. And in conclusions, three takeaways: price drive cost, geography matters, and not most interestingly, cheap doesn't always mean affordable because local income because local income matters. For a student moving abroad, use the continents as a first filter, but always check local purchasing power. Thank you for listening us.